We are live from Heartland Ice Arena for the High School Rivalry Series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks right here at J&M Media Production on YouTube Live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Game 5 of the High School Rivalry Series, where for tonight, the girls get their chance at this storied Illinois High School Rivalry. We've got New Trier, Loyola, the girls edition, right here from Heartland tonight. Alongside Mark Doherty and Jenna Rose, I am Max Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We should have a great game down on the ice. A lot of action coming up here, and big thank you to the Chicago Blackhawks for sponsoring this high school rivalry series on the broadcast. Mike, welcome in. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Max. Yeah, it's a great event, obviously. Really amazing by the Blackhawks to put this on, and awesome that the girls are going to have a chance to play here too. Obviously, it's a rivalry regardless. Obviously, the boys have a lot of history, but these girls bring that compete. They want to win. They want to have that pride and play for their schools just like the guys do. And this is going to be a really fun game. I'm excited to see these teams, and it should be fun.
We're right back here last night. We had a classic rivalry clash among the boys. Loyola pulled the upset over number 1 ranked New Trier in a game where Loyola looked really good last night. I got some pieces back, starting to get in their flow on the boys' side. Here tonight, these two girls' teams off to a bit of a mixed start. A lot of these girls play multiple teams, including their high school team, and then we'll play a little bit of club action, so they're in a little bit in and out of the lineup. We're told pretty much everyone here tonight, and for more on that, we're going to send it down to Jenna Rose, who's standing by with Loyola Academy head coach DJ LeVar. Jenna.
Thank you, guys. Coach, you said when the top 6 are in, they're going to score. You've played games missing about 10 of your players when it comes to travel hockey. How impressive will this crew be tonight?
We're looking for big things from the top 6. As I said before, when they're on, they're very good. And we're playing New Trier, so I think they'll be extra motivated, especially what the boys did last night. So we're looking for big things.
In the past, you said it's taken this team a minute to get their legs under them. How do you change that? How do you ignite it here?
I think the environment, knowing that this is a rivalry game, and not just that, it's on YouTube and everything, the Blackhawks and everything, I think they've got a little motivation to get things started real quick.
Well, we love covering girls hockey. We're excited to get the ball rolling. Thank you so much for your time today. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. I'm very excited to bring this broadcast. Buzzer sounds. Girls are getting ready to get started. And with that, we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Jay Cabrera.
Good evening and welcome to Game 5 of the 2022-2023 Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series. Tonight's game features a matchup between the New Trier Trevians and the Loyola Ramblers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's starting lineups, first, for your visiting New Trier Trevians. On defense, number 12, Emma Lucchese. Another defense, 47, Kimberly Jung. At left wing, 31, Kyla O'Leary. At right wing, number 22, Evan Pagliaro. At center, 78, Addison Stewart. And in goal, 97, Taylor Hannafan. The Trevians are coached by Lenny Munson, Bill Norberg, Katie Sadak, and Lexi Cirincione. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Loyola Ramblers. At defense, number 28, Bella Goetz. Another defense, number 95, Maddie Quinn. Starting at left wing, number 20, Abigail Piotgorski. Starting at right wing, number 3, Kelly Morgan. At center, number 18, Lauren Smith. And starting in goal, number 89, Pearl Steinhaus. The Ramblers are coached by DJ LeVar, Gina Guzzi, and Carla Pentamone. And now with the 2 team captains, please report to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop with Grace Wright. Grace was instrumental in starting the hockey program at Loyola. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that everyone please stand if you are able. Remove all caps for the singing of our national anthem by Juliet Dempsey.
Rendition of the national anthem and bringing back Mike Daugherty and myself, Max Anderson, into the broadcast. Mike, these 2 teams to the Final Four in last year's state finals, including this New Trier team that made the state championship. Loyola lost to eventual state champion Chicago Romans. So 2 storied programs here tonight, and of course the rivalry doesn't need any extra hype.
Yeah, and there are 2 programs that demand a certain standard that is obviously extremely high, and that goes for every team. I mean, both these teams have 3, 4, 5 teams in their program, and all of them are expected to have success. So, nothing new here with the girls. Obviously, they're here to win, and Coach LeVar mentioned there's that extra motivation. They're playing New Trier. New Trier's playing Loyola. They want to win. They're going to bring their best, especially after the boys put on a good show yesterday. They're going to try and do the same here tonight.
Another rare quirk, we talked a little bit about how a lot of these girls play both for their high school team as well as a travel program in between games and sometimes in place of games. A lot of these girls actually play with each other currently, right? So tonight they're playing against each other, but there's a decent chance they might play on the same club team outside of this.
Yeah, and that's, again, there's a little extra motivation, a little bragging rights maybe, but that school pride comes out in these kind of games. And these girls play, especially the girls that are playing elsewhere. They play a lot of hockey, so there's a lot of talent, a lot of skill on both teams. So I'm sure you'll see that. But the top 6 for Loyola, obviously, Coach LeVar was talking about. I'm excited to see how they look here tonight too.
So Lauren Smith will step into the dot for the Ramblers. Opposite her, Addison Stewart, and we are underway. New Trier wins the opening draw cleanly, quickly turned over, and Smith takes a shot from above the circle. It's blocked in front, never got all the way through. Now Kimberly Jung up from her defensive spot in a race. She shoots that one off the left pad of starting netminder for Loyola, Pearl Steinhaus. Lucchese decides to wait back at the blue line, and exiting the zone is Morgan. Now Smith right in front of her bench trying to play it forward, and instead it's back to Jung. Jung quickly up to Lucchese. She drops it in the zone, but Smith takes it away for the Ramblers. Here's Lauren Smith trying to drag around Lucchese, but an active stick by 12 in dark blue. Stops the rush there. On comes Millie Ewing. Ewing below the goal trying to win the puck. Centering pass, nobody home from the Trevians. Maeve McAdams was just a step slow getting to the slot. Now Sadie Klein drops the puck in deep, trying to win it below the goal line. Not able to set up any offense. McAdams has the puck taken off her stick at center ice. Eddie Romanoff trying to play it forward for the Trevians. Shot towards net. A little bit of trouble, a little bobble off the right pad of Steinhaus, but able to keep it out. Just a minute and a half into this game. Of course, here at the girls' varsity level, it's 13-minute periods. So we'll play 3 of those pending overtime. Now Osland steps up to center ice, rifles it deep. She'll go for a change. Oh, looks like she was just a step shy of center ice, so that's going to be icing. And we'll head back down into the New Trier zone with 11-11 left in the first period.
And first thing I noticed, New Trier's defensemen are really active. They're not afraid to jump up in the play. They're pushing the pace a little bit, trying to put a little bit of pressure on this Loyola team. Definitely something that they're probably preaching on the bench if they're doing that so much. But some good skaters in that back end, so they're trying to push the pace here.
New Trier now 2 for 2 on draws. Jung able to play it out from below her goal line up to center ice. Taking the puck there is Ellie Pagliaro. Pagliaro gets it deep. Leah Fontana trying to dig it out from below the goal line. Comes back up top. McDaniel tried to play it forward, but hit the stick of a Rambler and out. Now picking the pocket is Olivia McSood. McSood coming forward, but couldn't set up any offense for the Ramblers. Now Jung. Again, we talked about, you might notice a couple different colored helmets on the Trevian side again. That's because a lot of these girls play for multiple teams. That backhanded shot off the stick of Addison Stewart, just missing the cage. Trying to force the puck to the middle of the ice was Kylo O'Leary. O'Leary, part of that team that made a state championship last year for the Trevians. 7 returning skaters from that state championship appearance. Abby Podgorski now with the exit. Stewart carries it into the offensive zone for New Trier. Turns, fires, that one well wide of the cage. Kylo O'Leary chasing it down in the corner, trying to drop it down the far half wall. Now winding up to take a shot from the point was Brooke Osland, just a little bit wide of the net. Cheesy waiting for it back at the blue line. She couldn't get it as Lauren Smith stepped in the way for the Ramblers. Now Smith in transition. She'll take a shot, fought off. Follow-up chance. Pietkowski right on the doorstep, couldn't get it to go. Best chance of the game thus far for Podgorski. 9:17 left in the first period. That'll be icing.
Yeah, Lauren Smith doing a really good job. Obviously, she chips around the D here and is able to find a little bit of space in the offensive zone. Throws it on net. Seemed like a pretty innocent shot, but rebound comes to the middle, and they were almost able to put that one in. But good save by New Trier goalie there.
So Addison Darrow will get her first chance at the face-off dot tonight. Opposite Maeve McAdams. McAdams wins it again cleanly. So now 3 for 3 are the Trevians on face-off draws. Something to watch here early on. Trevians getting the better of the possession game off the face-off dot. Kaylee Sharfstein rattles that off the boards. Of course, her brother Bobby Sharfstein was a standout for Loyola Academy over the last couple of years on their boys program. It's a family affair for the Sharfsteins. Several siblings on this team for both teams that share siblings on the boys varsity teams as well. So if you hear some familiar names from watching a lot of the SHL Network broadcasts, it's no coincidence. Here's McAdams. Speaking of a name that sounds familiar. McAdams trying to dig it out. Bella Goetz was able to pry it free. Now starting back the other way comes Addison Dara. Dara's going to drop it deep and go for a change. Romanoff and Schuster trying to play it off the far half while finally able to pry it free, but picking the pocket here's Kerrigan. Now wrapping around the goal is Bowman. Not able to get a shot on net. Kerrigan trying to create some action from right behind the goal. Haven't yet gotten a chance to mention Taylor Hannafin's name. She's the starting goaltender for New Trier here tonight. She's also a returner from that state finalist team. Back at the point, there's Colleen Kennedy. Her shot's deflected. That's going to go all the way back down where Steinhaus has to play it, settle it. Bowman quickly out, not able to kick it to her stick was Julia Kerrigan. And taking back over is Jung. That pass misses a little bit of everybody. That'll be icing with 7 minutes to go here in the first period.
And Loyola's doing a pretty good job. I was just going to say, that was the first shift where we really saw some sustained pressure from them. But, you know, both teams are obviously trying to get their footing. A lot of pregame festivities, a lot of excitement for this game. So starting to settle in, but not a whole lot of sustained pressure from either team. That was the best shift by Loyola there. Let's see if they can generate some chances, throw some pucks at the net, and, you know, obviously crash and see if they can get some rebounds.
That quickly covered up.
Hannafin doing a good job not allowing any rebounds there.
So quick whistle there, just 6:53 left. And for these two teams, we've gotten a chance to see a little bit of Maddie Klein and Kylo O'Leary. Those two standouts for these two teams were the representatives for their respective teams at the Blackhawks just a couple of games ago. Dropping the glove on that. I know Jenna Rose has a little bit more on that of the two shoot the puck candidates from both these teams that got the chance to step out on the United Center ice and have some fun just a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun night, especially when we were talking about Maddie Quinn and Kyla O'Leary. It's always fun when we see these kids growing up in Illinois able to come out to a Blackhawks game, and they both dominated. Precisely Maddie, she was able to make the goal, so she was able to go home with one round-trip ticket for free. So it was exciting hearing the girls talk about the matchup and the energy that plays into it. It truly makes it special for us to host something like this to show this opportunity for girls hockey.
That's a heck of a giveaway. Did you follow up and find out where she want to go, where she's taking that ticket?
You know what? I should ask her here tonight, shouldn't I? But anywhere her heart wants to take her.
That's really cool. I know as part of this high school rivalry series, the Blackhawks have invited out a member of each team to shoot the puck on the United Center ice. I know as a lifelong Blackhawks fan, been watching that my entire life, and what a thrill that must be for these young men and these young ladies to be able to have that opportunity on the United Center ice. Now McSood trying to force it out of her own zone. McAdams going to drop it deep, chase her own dump, and try to get something started on the forecheck for the Trevians. Both teams with a couple of chances, nothing too dangerous thus far. Here's a shot from just between the circles, off the stick of Millie Ewing, just missed the net. Oslin was waiting for it back at the blue line, instead played forward. Now in transition comes Balsick. That puck off the stick, but able to recover is Olivia McSood. Balsick below the goal. Sandwich off the puck by two Trevian defensemen. Eventually coming away with it is Sadie Klein. Klein along the far wall, trying to get it up to the point, just misses her intended target. Chung trying to catch up to that to create an odd man opportunity. Instead, here's a breakaway chance. Bowman shot, shoots, big save. Not sure where the puck was. Hannafin almost kicked it into her own net, but able to freeze it and get a whistle.
Yeah, I think it hit her right in the chest. I don't even think she felt it, but I mean, a really good chance, finding that time and space. Bad turnover in the neutral zone leads to a good chance, but good save by Hannafin there to keep it out.
We'd like to thank Howie's for being a sponsor of this year's Chicago Blackhawks Rivalry Series. Use code RIVALRY at howieshockeytape.com for 15% off your next order. 4:50 left here in the fast-moving first period. Neither team with a goal as of yet. Ava Schuster redirects the other way. Now Ellie Piglario. Here's a shot. Left pad save. Follow-up chance. She scores! Ava Schuster started the action in the neutral zone. Finishes it on the other end and gives New Trier a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I was just going to say they did a great job getting that puck D to D. And then, like I talked about earlier in the game, these D are pushing the pace. They're jumping into the rush, and that's what creates the whole play. They're able to move the puck around, find a shot. Unfortunately, a bad rebound, and they were able to put it home. Really, really, really good play that starts in the neutral zone and works it all the way into the zone.
Steinhaus made a couple of good saves, and we always talk about that the goalie's responsibility is that first save. It becomes on her or his defenseman to then come in and assist and clear the puck. Steinhaus got the first. Even the second wasn't able to get the third.
Yeah, and you don't want to allow, as a defenseman, you don't want to allow the players behind you, and that's what happened there. And when it's one-on-one with the goalie and a player, it's difficult for the goalie for sure.
That pass attempt missed everybody, and will be icing. So New Trier is going to head back into the offensive zone for a draw.
And I always talk about, when I'm coaching, I always talk about the shift after a goal is so important on both sides, right? If you're the team that scores, you want to try and put a little bit more pressure. And if you're the team that got scored on, you're trying to get it the other way. You're trying to, you don't want to compound one mistake into another. And so this is an important shift here for both teams.
Becky McDaniel fires the puck back in. One of the referees just took a tumble. Shot. Steinhaus, a good save. Still loose side of the net. Trying to force it home. It was Addison Stewart, but couldn't get it to go. I had to do a double take to make sure that wasn't our good friend Nick Chiappetta that took the bite on the tumble on the ice. Of course,
he's too good. He's an incredible skater. Never happens to him.
Nick, a former coach along with Mike over at Fenwick, and he's one of our referees down on the ice. Here's Bowman. Bowman trying to play it forward, stepping in front. Klein trying to create some action back the other way for the Ramblers. Quickly moving it forward to Stewart. Now Bowman takes over. Bowman skates wide, looking for some help in the slot. Good active stick by Osland to deflect that into the corner. Now Romanoff. Back to O'Leary. You can see Loyola taking space away quickly, forces another turnover. Bowman back to the point and Goetz. Goetz' shot wide of the net. Kerrigan trying to catch up to it. This clearance misses everybody. If it's on net, it won't be icing, but it wasn't. So with 2:49 to go in the first, we'll head back to the New Trier zone.
And one thing I always notice in girls hockey too is the skating ability of these girls. I mean, there's obviously no body checking in girls hockey, so in order to gain an advantage, speed is a huge thing for them. So their ability to create space and find space using their legs and using their speed is really fun to watch. We got an extra player out here. We got 6.
So we're going to kill it. It's a good pickup by you, Mike.
Mishap on the draw, I guess. I don't know.
So the lone assist on the New Trier goal is Leah Fontana. New Trier looking to add to the lead with 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first. Getting back up top. Here's a shot from the slot. Just missing the cage off of Lucchese. Lucchese had some space, just missed the net. Now pinching up to keep the play alive. Just misses Maeve McAdams. Forcing a turnover in front is Ewing. Now takes it behind, coming up with the shot. Not able to get a lot on it. Still bouncing around. But Lucchese couldn't get it to go. And cleared, and that'll be another icing.
Yeah, New Trier's pressing after this goal for sure. They got the foot on the pedal, and they're generating a lot of scoring chances. They're working the puck low to high, getting into these D. We're walking to the middle, finding space, and they're putting these pucks on net. Loyola's got to find a way to get pucks out of the zone, get it behind the New Trier defense, and try and put a little bit more pressure on them.
Chicago Blackhawks High School Rivalry Series continues all winter long, featuring some of the fiercest matchups in Illinois high school hockey. Don't miss out on the action. To see games, dates, times, and details, head over to blackhawks.com/youthhockey. 1:40 to go here in the first. A New Trier goal has us at 1-0. Now with some speed and space comes Gabriela Donato. Donato Going to take it a full 200 feet down into the corner. Trying to use her body to pin it against the boards was Abby Hewing. Unable to, is back to collect it. Ewing still battling, able to finally pry it loose. Here's Balsick. Crosses center ice, will fire it down towards Hannafin. Instead, here's Chung. Kimberly Chung, rink wide pass, gets to the far side, and Evan Pagliaro. Pagliaro drops it in deep. Now Maddie Quinn gets the puck below her own goal. Eventually chipped down into the neutral zone. Stewart with the puck. Drops it deep. Steinhaus makes sure that stayed wide. Sharfstein collects below the goal. Forcing a turnover, McAdams trying to win the puck in the corner. Able to get it to O'Leary. O'Leary from a sharp angle. That one across the crease, but not on net. Another shot towards net, blocked. Pagliaro trying to force the puck towards net. Sharfstein with 2 or 3 straight block shots with 16 seconds to go in the period. Able to clear. Comes to Lauren Smith. Smith, waning part of the period, tried to find a deflection from Piotgorski, but wasn't able to complete it. Now 5 seconds. Lauren Smith, her teammates imploring her to shoot. That one just wide of the net. And that will end the first period. So 13 minutes gone. It's a 1-0 lead for New Trier in a period. Chances both ways. Pretty even period. New Trier's got the 1 goal.
Yeah, and I think for the first like 75% of that period, it was pretty much even. I think New Trier was pressing a little bit at the end, but both teams getting a few chances, and obviously New Trier had the ability to capitalize on the one.
So Jenna Rose is down on the ice where she's got Brooke Oslin. Jenna, take it away.
All right, thanks, crew. Well, you guys were able to get on the board first. This was an absence of your head coach. What have the conversations been like between you and your teammates to get ready for that first period?
It was mostly move the puck side to side, get pucks on net, just moving, keeping bodies in front too with the screen in front. That's been huge where our goal came in, and getting rebounds and just making sure to pass the puck, use your teammates, and we think that's really important here.
Well, it certainly is. You guys are putting on a great performance so far, but pretty even outside of that goal there. What will give you that next step in the upcoming frame?
Getting shots on net. That's all we need. We've had so many opportunities, and I think we just need to keep those up.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Certainly New Trier the better of chances, I'd say, and you could clearly see they are trying to use the width of the rink. We've seen a lot of cross-ice pass. They're trying to get Loyola moving side to side, but New Trier feels like that's where they have an advantage.
Yeah, and she talked about, too, using their points, moving the puck, and then putting pucks on net with screens in front as well. And I think that's kind of how the first goal was generated, was a puck moving low to high with a shot on net and a screen and able to bury the rebound. So definitely something that they need to continue to do. And for Loyola on the other end is they need to sustain a little bit more pressure. They're getting the puck down, but New Trier's getting easy breakouts. Not really, they're not forechecking as hard as they really need to be. So I'd like to see them really trying to get pucks deep, get it below the goal line, and then pressure and try and keep a little more pressure on the.
Yeah, it's really been one chance and done on the Loyola side. Exactly. They haven't really been able to sustain much offense. Mm-hmm. Looks like Jenna's now flipped over to the other bench where she's got Bella Goetz. Jenna.
Thanks, guys. Bit of seesaw action for the first period here. What are your major takeaways?
We need to step up more, and we need to communicate and pass the puck earlier. But other than that, we're doing pretty good.
What was the main message during that group meeting there with the head coach?
We need to get the pucks off our sticks quicker and pass the puck before they get to us. So, yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see the pressure New Trier's putting on this Rambler team. Coach DJ LeVar imploring his team to get rid of the puck a little quicker, move the puck a little quicker, and like you said, get a little bit more sustained offense.
Yeah, get on your toes a little bit in the offensive zone, force a few turnovers, and you never know what's going to happen then.
So back underway here, second period action. Teams flip ends, so for both these two teams, it'll be the period of the long change. Always that much more important that if you're going to dump the puck to get it deep, right? Make sure that if you're going to get off the ice, you give your team time. As Lauren Smith came off the half wall trying to start some offense for Loyola, but had the puck deflected off her stick. Ramblers have to reset. Goetz back in her own zone to recover for the Ramblers. Just going to toss it out into the neutral zone. Falls to the stick of Kimberly Chung. Chung gives way to Millie Ewing, and she'll fire it deep. McAdams trying to dig it out of the corner. Instead it falls to the stick of Abby Piotgorski. Smith, good back check to take it off the stick of McAdams. Now Quinn going to lead the rush with some speed and space on the far wing. Skating of Maddie Quinn coming into play here. Skates wide into the corner. Centering pass, but no Rambler there to put anything on net. Donato forces it back in, goes for a change. Now we see a little bit of a slow change here for the Ramblers. McAdams trying to dangle around Donato, not able to complete the move, but here early, that bouncing puck, able to keep it out, is Steinhaus. We talked about it right at the start of the period long change. You can see slow changes that can lead to odd man rushes. We saw one here early. Here's Sadie Klein, her shot, deflects, not able to get it all the way through. And again, Mike, like you talked about in the intermission, a one and done for the Ramblers.
Yeah. That's the third time in a row too that they've done that. So definitely, I think getting the pucks behind the D is going to be really important for them. That's how the forecheck all starts, is that dump, getting it behind their D and making them go get it.
Fontana now with some space in the neutral zone. She'll skate in, shoot towards net, but it's not knocked down by Callie Scharfstein. Kerrigan can't force it out at the blue line, so Donato has to dig it out below the goal line. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary and Klein now battling. A couple other skaters come to help. Klein comes away with it. Wraparound stuff attempt kept out by Steinhaus. O'Leary had a little bit of space there. Wasn't able to force it home. 10:27 left here in the second period. Kerrigan almost takes advantage of a little bit of a bobble by Osland. Now quickly coming back is Fontana with space. Shoots. Good glove save by Steinhaus. We stay 1-0 with 10:17 to go in the second.
And you mentioned the long change, and it's especially important for the defensemen. Obviously your defensive zone is a lot further away, and they have to work all the way down to the opposite side. So trying to get at least one of them off every time, every rush is probably the best way to do it, so you don't get stuck. But definitely something to keep an eye on here in this period.
Romanoff centering pass to Stewart. Wasn't able to get that shot on net. Mexud trying to catch up, see if she can get some advantage down the ice, but nice job by Maddie Romanoff to cut off the angle. Through almost a period and a half here, yet to see a penalty. Cleanly played game thus far. Under 10 to go here in the second. Mexud able to win the puck back. Quinn fires in. That's knocked down. Back to the point, able to keep it in for the moment was Goetz, but eventually forced out. Back onto the neutral zone, that's a big hit. Everybody looking around for penalty, not going to get one as Quinn's a little bit slow to get to her feet. Well, Goetz with a little bit of time and space to reset for the Ramblers. Tries to stretch past Mexud, that puck just jumps over her stick. Dropped that back deep by Addison Stewart. And collected. And leading the rush is Donato. Now Donato, ton of space, building up some speed, enters the offensive zone. Donato looking for an outlet, skates behind the goal, finds one shot. Another shot in front, just wide, as Lauren Smith just missed the near post. This one clear, that's going to go all the way down ice for an icing. By far the best offensive chance thus far for the Ramblers just there, Mike.
Yeah, and it came off of a really good shift previously where they were able to get a little bit more sustained pressure. The puck came down, and both these teams seem like they're perfectly content with their defense rushing up the ice, leading the rush, pushing the pace, putting pressure on the other team, and it seems to be working for both teams. So definitely something to keep an eye on, but really good chance there.
Here's Morgan, that shot gloved. And we've talked a little bit about Maddie Quinn, one of the captains, of course, to shoot the puck, and Jenna Rose is standing by right now with her mom, Heather. Jenna. Oh, excuse me, not quite ready yet, sorry. Tease that, that'll be coming up here in just a minute. Here's a shot, puck jumps up, they score! Off the stick of Kelly Morgan. Deflected up into the air. Hannafan didn't look like she had any idea where it went, just kind of dropped into the net.
Yeah, and it was like back-to-back draws that looked like it was the exact same situation. Puck was one back, The winger was able to come to the middle and put it on net. Kind of an unfortunate bounce there for Hannafan. Kind of bounced up over her head behind her, but either way, got to find a way to keep that one out, and they're going to tie the game up here, 1-1.
So 8:28 to go here in the second period. And Loyola right back in this game. We've got a tie game. Now Lauren Smith pressing, shoots. That one just a little bit wide of the net. Pike Gorski catches up to it at the near half wall. Seeing a little bit more jump here from the Ramblers as Dara behind the goal. Look at the speed coming out of a cannon is Maeve McAdams. McAdams centering pass all the way across. What a save by Steinhaus. Waiting on the back door was Millie Ewing. And a decent shot off, but Steinhaus pushed post to post, kept it out. Chung calling for it. Jung waiting for it. Eventually falls to her here at the near point, forcing it forward, gets a deflection. That one just wide of the net. Trying to force it out. Maddie Quinn gets it a little bit by everybody. Back to recover is Ava Schuster. Schuster, the lone goal scorer for the Trevians. That stretch pass just misses everybody. It's at center ice, so no icing. Winning a board battle is Schuster. Now gets it back. Still stuck in the corner, trying to get it out from there. Comes back to the point. And Becky McDaniel, her shot, puck still sitting in front. Swiped away, cleaned out. Another shot from the point. Never got all the way through. Sharfstein now scrambling to try to clear the puck, but kept in neatly by Maddie Romanoff. Cecilia Cutrio able to get to this puck, but McDaniel steps in the way in the neutral zone. Head right back for the Trevians. Lilliebridge knocks that puck down. Good play by Sadie Klein to pass it up to herself off the far boards. There's Cutrio. Her stick lifted by Schuster. A shot to flex up. Evan Pagliaro couldn't get it on net. Quinn still battling now below the goal line. She's been out there for a better part of a minute and a half. Been a long shift for 95 in white. Now a shot comes to Steinhaus. Kick to the side. Trying to clear it. Finally, Lilliebridge able to get it out. Sadie Klein trying to get it deep. Let the rest of her line change. Volleyed off the glass and out. Donato. That's Sharfstein, now Klein. Good hand-eye coordination by Bella Goetz. Keep that puck in for the moment. Eventually it squeaks out in the neutral zone. Big hit as Goetz might throw an elbow there. Thought we might have seen the game's first penalty, Mike, but we'll play on.
They're letting them play.
Now Lauren Smith. Leaves for Kerrigan. See the skill of Lauren Smith a couple of times now. Lifting sticks to create opportunity. Goetz a shot, kicked aside by Hannafan. Smith creating, gets to the slot, a shot, and Ewing couldn't get it to go. We talked a lot about Maddie Quinn that period, and Jenna Rose is standing by with Maddie Quinn's mom, Heather. Jenna.
All right, thank you guys. It was awesome to meet Maddie at the United Center when she was able to play Shoot the Puck. A phenomenal shot, but I want to know, since popularity is increasing with the sport, what ignited her passion for hockey when she was younger?
You know, she actually started figure skating. She hates when I tell people that, but she played with a friend whose older brother was a hockey player, and the mom said, I think we should put the girls in hockey. And she always played basketball, softball, loved the competition, and as soon as she put the hockey skates on, she never looked bad.
Well, we're truly honored to put these two teams on display here. You were telling me about the rivalry between these programs. What have the days been like leading up to this moment, knowing that you're a part of the Blackhawks?
It was very exciting to be, you know, one of the first, this year being the first year that the girls' games have been featured in the series. And these two teams are both single school teams, so it is a true rivalry in every sport when the two schools play. So it was exciting to be a part of it. The boys played last night, and then to follow up with the girls is very exciting.
Well, we're knotted up at one apiece here. See how this goes. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenna, and love that story. I also love that Maddie Quinn doesn't necessarily love as a good wrist shot is fought off, but doesn't necessarily love that her origins are in figure skating, but you could tell the way she skates. I think I mentioned it at one point, the speed of Maddie Quinn. You could tell clearly a skilled skater, not clearly some of that must come from her figure skating.
No doubt. And you can tell Coach LeVar is trusting her in a lot of these situations. She's on the ice a lot. And, yeah, definitely her skating ability is what stands out. And, you know, she's the backbone of this team, the captain and the leader for sure.
So now just under 4 minutes left to go here in the second period. Shot from Donato, kicked aside. Loyola, while Jenna was with Heather Quinn there, had several good chances to score, and Hannafan had to come up with several key saves to keep this game at 1-1. McDaniel pinches down to keep it in, trying to force play along here for New Trier, who, for a response from Loyola here in the second period, has really come out and controlled a lot more this period. Sounds like they got some of that message from DJ LeVar during the break.
And they've had the last 3 or 4 minutes has been all Loyola. I think after the first goal that Loyola scored to tie it up, there was a nice pushback by New Trier, but Loyola's coming right back. This is a good game. A lot of back and forth. Both teams generating some decent chances, but both goaltenders are playing extremely well.
Now Goetz with the chance here, trying to force it out along the near wall. McDaniel able to keep it in. Daniel gets it down low. Fontana trying to track it down, but there's the aforementioned Maddie Quinn. It's a nice move around one. Darting New Trier forward, now with speed. Here comes Quinn. Quinn skating, shooting. Good active stick by Lucchese. Deflected up into the netting with 3:01 left to go in the second.
And again, we just talked about it, right? The skating ability. She's able to take that puck from behind her net all the way down to the other side and create a chance. I mean, it's just fun to watch, you know. She's just able to create in a lot of different ways, and she uses her feet to do it.
Face-off draw to come now to the right of Hannafan, who's had a busy period down to our left. Ramblers trying to get one more past her. Goetz fires the puck towards net, but kicked in right to her stick by Lucchese. Lucchese just misses Stewart on the breakout. Coming right back in is Kerrigan. Here's Kerrigan for the Ramblers, trying to drag around one defenseman, but a good active stick on the back end by McDaniel. Stops it in its tracks. Centering pass just a little bit behind O'Leary. Now here's a breakaway chance, trying to catch up to it. Here comes Sadie Klein. Klein, backhanded, shoots. Big save by Hannafan. And puck ended up drifting towards the outside, so Klein didn't have as much space as you thought. Now the puck right in front of the goalie. Stuck between a couple of defenders. Coming in for a shot. It was Lily Bowman, but hit something on its way to net. Couldn't get there. Centering pass. Stewart trying to play the puck forward. Now Bowman battling for it. But coming away with it is Jung. Jung, stretch pass. Just rolls off the stick of O'Leary. Romanoff stepping in front of that and taking it the other way is Donato. Donato skates low, trying to find an outlet. Not able to get a pass to the middle. Now it's pinned behind the goal, coming to give support. There's O'Leary, but able to get it out. Coming back the other way is McAdams. McAdams looks, shoots, kicked aside by Steinhaus. Lillibridge along the far half wall, trying to scoop the puck out of her own zone, but now 4 bodies together battling, trying to get the puck out. A 5th joins the action in Lucchese. 1 minute to go here in the second period. Backhanded shot gets knocked down. And cleared. Rosalind going to rifle it back in, so New Trier trying to push back after this period that's been largely controlled by Loyola. New Trier trying to see if they could take a lead late here in the period. Comes to Lucchese, shoots, knocked down by the chest of Donato and cleared with 30 seconds to go in the period. Now chance between the circles, a shot from Smith right into the chest of Hannafan, and with 22 seconds to go, Loyola's going to have an offensive zone draw.
And that was a really big block by Loyola. I don't think Steinhaus was going to be able to see that shot from Lucchese, and that corner was open, so really important play and to keep this game tied. So you don't want to give up a goal in the last minute of the period.
A couple of good looks at a couple of saves there for Hannafan.
But both teams creating a lot of chances on both ends. You know, like I said, the goalies are playing well. The D are doing a really good job of clearing out the middle of the ice and not giving up any too high-grade chances, but definitely a lot of chances both ways.
Final 10 seconds here. Stay tuned during intermission. We're going to have Shoot the Puck Heartland Ice Arena edition. Brought that in here to the high school rivalry series. 2 seconds to go. That will end the second period. After 2, it's a 1-1 draw here through 2 periods. But really, we saw a good pushback period there from Loyola after New Trier maybe controlled a little bit more of the first. Loyola had a little bit better part of the second period there.
Yeah, able to sustain a lot more pressure. Their forecheck was really good, forcing a lot of turnovers. Obviously, you know, able to break through with the 1 goal, but, you know, they're still generating a good amount of chances, which, you know, that's what you want when you're sustaining that much pressure.
So we're going to step aside for Shoot the Puck here. Third period action coming up in just a couple of minutes. Enjoy Shoot the Puck. Welcome back to Heartland Ice Arena here. A 1-1 game after 2 periods. New Trier Loyola in the high school rivalry series presented by the Chicago Blackhawks. Jenna Rose down on the ice standing by with New Trier head coach Lenny Munson. Jenna.
Well, Coach, we're glad to have you back here. How proud are you of the girls for getting on the board first during your absence?
That was great. It's a big game. They're all excited. Every girl on our team plays for 2 teams. and they all seemed to make it tonight, so it was great.
Well, I can tell they admire you. They're smiling and looking over at you during your interview. What did you say to them during that group meeting to get them rallied up for the next period?
Oh, Loyola scored because we didn't line up right for face-off, so we had to correct that.
All right, we're looking forward to the third period. Hi, guys. Ready to go? All right, thanks, Coach.
Jenna Rose with Lenny Munson. Got a chance to broadcast for Lenny last year when he took his New Trier girls team to the state championship as well. A fixture in the high school hockey community here over the last couple of decades. And has his New Trier team in a close one here. So 13 minutes back up on the third period clock. Team's back on their home goals, so the short change no longer an issue. One of these two teams looking to get a W here tonight. Mike, we saw Loyola do a much better job on the forecheck. That's what they called for after the first period, and they executed it.
And it's something they need to continue, obviously, if they want to find a way to win this game. It's going to take one good opportunity, one good shot.
That's a good shot, but kept out by Hannafan. Now missing everybody with that pass. That's going to go far enough for an icing, so just 20 seconds into the period, an offensive zone draw coming for the Ramblers.
And Coach Munson just talked about, they just spoke about defensive zone face-offs, so let's see if we're able to, clean it up and not have any breakdowns here and, give up any high-grade chance. But
as a coach, you always tip your cap if a team beats you and scores, but it's got to be frustrating as a coach, Mike, obviously a coach, when primary reason they scored is they weren't set up right. That's something you definitely want to make sure you fix.
A simple thing, a simple little thing that, sometimes your mind doesn't necessarily click or you're not necessarily engaged right away, and all of a sudden, boom, it's in the back of the net. So
now McAdams 2-on-1. Looks, shoots, pad save by Steinhaus, able to kick it to the corner. Coming to support is Ewing. And Morgan able to escape the zone. Good chance to start this period for New Trier to try to get that second goal. Now Lucchese. She'll leave for Jung. Jung trying to get it up to Maddie O'Brien. O'Brien just trying to force it out of the zone with Will and eventually pipes free. Stretch pass just misses. It's again going to go back down for icing with 11:56 left in the third.
Yeah, Lucchese and Jung both wearing the purple buckets, the purple helmets, which is the Windy City Storm, which is AAA hockey, which is the highest level hockey in the state of Illinois. So, obviously they play a lot of games, they're playing a lot of hockey, and they seem to be two players that the coaches are relying on here late in this game.
So we asked earlier, Maddie Quinn won that round trip ticket as part of the Shoot the Puck at the United Center, and we asked, Jenna's going to deliver here on what she plans to do with it. Jenna.
Well, it was a pretty funny conversation with Maddie's mom, Heather, because she keeps asking Maddie where she wants to take that round-trip flight to. She says she doesn't know, and Mom pressured her to say, well, you go to college, you're going to use that ticket to come visit me, right? So it's still up in the air where it's going to go, but a mother's love is endless, so she's going to push as she can. So I thought that was pretty cute. It was nice to see their relationship unfold and hear how she got her start in the game.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. I think my mom was watching tonight. Got to be careful there because she's going to start expecting me to fly her around the country too. Mom, promise. I'll do it. That's pretty fun right there. So we're 2 minutes gone here in the third period. Still locked up at 1. Pyatt Gorski tracking it down in the corner. Sharfstein kicks it to the far wall. Sharfstein. Stretch pass, trying to catch up to it. Balsick trying to skate to it, but Stewart takes over for the Trevians. Stewart through the middle of the ice has the puck taken off her stick. She wins it back. Stewart with space. Sharp angle shoots. And Steinhaus got just enough to force it to the corner. Balsick up the near wall. Gets a slick pass to Sadie Klein. Klein near circle. Trying to turn. Tries to get to the backhand, but draws a penalty. And Loyola is going to go to their first power play of the game for either team. First power play of the game coming up.
And such a big opportunity for Loyola, obviously, on a power play. Just under 10.5 minutes left in the third period. And I was just going to say, in these tight games like this on the bench, you really just have to be preaching, and both the players and the coaches need to be preaching. And just taking it one shift at a time and making sure that you aren't, making any big-time mistakes at this moment. But obviously a massive opportunity for Loyola on the power play here.
So Maddie Romanoff is the guilty party. She was the one that actually slowed down that chance for Klein, but ended up taking a penalty. So 2 minutes, or minute and a half, I should say, of advantage here for the Ramblers. Kerrigan behind the goal. Hands it off to Bowman, trying to get it back to Goetz, but active play by McAdams, going to try to get something started shorthanded. Here's McAdams. Isn't able to get a shot off. Ewing was coming up the slot, wanted to help, but couldn't get her the puck. Now a minute to go on the advantage here for the Ramblers. Maddie Quinn using her body to shield off Ewing. Not able to get it deep. McAdams again shorthanded. Drags, now to her forehand, gets put down to the ice. And we're going to get a penalty right back. It's going to go against Bella Goetz. Can't do that.
Yeah, and we're going to go 4-on-4 here. 47 seconds, and the New Trier will have a chance on the power play. But you mentioned McAdams' name a lot tonight. She's having a really good game, creating a lot, finding time and space, putting pressure on this defense. But obviously we're going 4-on-4. A lot of open ice. You want to move the puck around as quickly as you can. You know, rely on that puck movement here. Just like New Trier talked about earlier in the game, you want to move this puck quick, try and create as many chances as you can, find as much time and space as you can, and obviously you want to throw pucks on net as much as possible as well.
So with 9:38 left to go here in the third period, 4-on-4, lots of open space here on the ice. Now a whistle as the referees need to have a word with the score box.
It's the clock. They need it 1:30 on the clock.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think it's a minute 30 power play here in girls hockey. So game 5 here of the high school rivalry series. This will be our last rivalry series game of 2022. Of course, we've got 4 more coming up in the month of January. We have one more SHL game. We've got one more girls game. We'll have the Fenwick versus Chicago Romans game. We've got a combined game. That's Maine and Wabansie. And then we've got a matchup between Highland Park and Chicago North. So high school rivalry series continues to roll on. To see details of games, dates, times, head over to blackhawks.com/youth hockey.
So I think they left the 2 minutes up, and they're going to they're going to let the player out at 1:30 or at 30 seconds.
Rather than wrestling with the clock,
Yeah.
we get underway. So another 19 seconds.
Oh, they did call 2 minutes.
So Sharfstein below the goal line. Now loose right in front as Donato able to tie up just long enough the stick of El Pagliaro. Now Morgan comes the other way. Lots open ice. A first penalty. Thought had come to an end, but Romanoff still in the box.
He should be out.
And New Trier faithful getting restless too.
Some confusion with the clock here, I think, but she should be out, I believe. Should be even strength right now.
So 8:25 to go in the third period. Lauren Smith now drags around. Backhanded shot from Smith and into the chest of Hannafan. I believe what happened was the original penalty that went up against Romanoff was marked as a minute 30. I think it should have been 2 minutes, and I believe they just kind of on the fly fixed that issue.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
So 8:15 to go, 38 seconds remain on Bella Goetz's checking penalty. Sadie Klein going to take this offensive zone draw, and for Loyola, if they can win it, certainly going to look to waste a little bit of time, as that's exactly what happens, and Quinn drops it deep. McAdams trying to control at the blue line. Instead it falls to McDaniel. Chipped along, McAdams controls in the neutral zone. Trying to get something moving forward here in the last 10 seconds of this power play for New Trier. Goetz getting ready to come out of the box. You can hear that clack of the stick in the background. Waning seconds, back to full strength is Loyola, so both teams with a chance on the power play, both 0 for 1. Donato trying to clear it out. Whacking away at it, eventually falls freshly out of the box, Bella Goetz. Donato now leading the rush here for Loyola. Drops it deep. Going to chase her own dump down below the goal of Hannafan. Romanoff sets a bit of a screen, creates a little bit of space, but turned over. Good active stick by Kerrigan to take the puck away. Kerrigan turned around, loses the puck. Lucchese comes away with it. Lucchese to Schuster. Schuster has the puck roll off her stick. Piotgorski takes it away. Sharfstein to Goetz. Lauren Smith able to swipe it all the way down. Fresh out of the bench is Morgan going to try to go force a turnover. Eventually Schuster tried to backhand it pass to Stewart, but missed her intended target. 6:20 to go here in the third period. Here's Kylo O'Leary. O'Leary not able to take control as Sharfstein gets it off of an active pass there from Steinhaus. Now Jung. Jung shoots. Good glove save. It's a muster on it. Follow-up score! On the back door off the rebound. Steinhaus made the initial save. Couldn't quite make out the number. I believe that was Addison Stewart that got the goal. Yep, that was Stewart. That was waiting on the doorstep and put it home.
And a really nice play. Again, Kimberly Jung did a great job finding that time and space, putting it on net. No traffic, but they were able to capitalize on the rebound. Unfortunately, goalie's not able to hold that in the glove. She was able to make 2 saves on it on the rebound, but again, just squeaked behind her, and they were able to put it home.
Great
Big
look
goal.
at it on the goal cam. I think it might have been Kylo O'Leary that actually ended up poking it in. We'll wait the official scoring on it. Yep, it is Kylo O'Leary that gets credit for the goal. She got her stick there right next to the goal line and got the goal. So 5:36 to go, and New Trier takes a lead. Sadie Klein going to try to change that here for the Ramblers. Can't get the puck out. Now a shot, and saved by Steinhaus. So New Trier all of a sudden seen a lot of the action after Loyola had a really solid second period. Maybe took control of the game a little bit. New Trier's taking control right back.
Yeah, they're pushing again. And again, it all starts with their dumps. The D are able to move pucks to the forwards, and they're able to put pucks behind the Loyola defense. And they're forechecking. They're working hard and winning battles. They're forcing turnovers, and the chances are coming from those.
Quinn chips it out of the zone. Had Sadie Klein streaking down the near boards, but couldn't get it to her. Now Kerrigan right in front of her own bench. Loses it to Lucchese. Ewing. Now Maddie Quinn. Here's Quinn. Tries to chip it past Romanoff. Gets it across. Balsick trying to corral along the far wall. Now with some space is Ewing. Here's Ewing between the legs. Nice move. Right around Donato, but couldn't finish it. So on the play, Addison Stewart gets the assist. Originally credited her with the goal, but she gets the primary assist on the play. Bit of a hit. The Loyola faithful were looking for a penalty. They don't get it there. Now Donato wins the puck back for the Ramblers. 4:20 to go here in the third period. Bella Goetz tried to get it by and clear the zone, but it was an active stick by Romanoff that kept it in. Now Romanoff to the slot. One-timer. Not able to get anything on it. It was Pagliaro. Now a collision right at the blue line. Coming away with the puck, though, is Stewart. Rink wide Donato. Donato with a ton of space. She's going to take it up the left wing. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Adams collects. Trying to stretch pass all the way to center ice line to Pagliaro. A little bit of a collision right at center ice. Refs have certainly been letting them play here tonight, Mike. Seen a few collisions that thought we might see some penalties on, but continue to play. Quinn, she's taken down and perfectly timed for Loyola. Lauren Smith with the extra attacker trying to get something done. Loses possession, but with 3:15 left, huge opportunity coming for Loyola on the power play.
And Maddie Quinn's able to draw it, and she uses her skating ability again, gets around the player, and is able to draw the tripping penalty. And now, 3:15 left. Talk about a must-score opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for Loyola, and New Trier is going to try and kill this off, obviously.
I think we're going to see a timeout. I believe that's what's coming here. I think Loyola took a timeout, and the question becomes, Mike, is there a point in this power play where you'd consider pulling the goaltender for a 6-on-4 effort?
This is a very weird timing of this power play. I think you leave. I think you keep the goalie in for now. I like to get the goalie like around. If you can get a draw with like 2 minutes. Other than that, I think you wait until like the minute and a half mark. So you're probably not going to get the goalie out with the power play. But again, having the man advantage already, it's such a huge opportunity. You can set up normally like you have in practice with your normal 5-person unit, and try to create as many chances, work the puck around. And again, this is a great opportunity where you want to fire pucks on net and try and crash that net and get bodies in front. And you never know. Just like how New Trier scored. They had 2 or 3 bodies right in front. Puck comes out and they're able to put it in. So that's what Loyola needs to try and do here. Nothing fancy. Throw pucks at the net. You never know what's going to happen.
Really get back to that second period approach. Yeah. We saw them work so well in front of the net, generate a bunch of chances. Haven't had as many here in the third period, but again, a well-timed penalty, or power play, I should say, gives them a chance here to try to find a tying goal.
And give credit to Hanfan too, right? She's played a hell of a game, and she's shut a lot of those chances down. So it's a tough test here now for her.
Lenny Munson drawing some defensive zone coverage up. We take a look over at DJ LeVar trying to draw a face-off play up. Of course, if you follow along with hockey, DJ LeVar, also the co-head coach of the boys team. Really just a fixture in the Loyola Academy hockey program for many years.
Legend, you could argue, yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the really good guys in the business, too. Always very gracious with his time with us. And leading this Loyola girls squad as well, trying to find a comeback win. So face-off draw, won by the Ramblers. Are trying to battle for it, but cleared by Stewart. Now having some trouble. Here comes McAdams on a breakaway. McAdams sprawling, shoots. Big save for Steinhaus, who kicked the goal off the post as she did it, but keeping her team in the game with 3:02 to go.
Yeah, we've mentioned McAdams' name a lot, and she's been one of New Trier's best players tonight for sure. And she's able to force that turnover and get that breakaway. Really good save by Steinhaus to keep it out. She kicked the net off on the follow through, and we're gonna have face off here.
Dave McAdams certainly had her eyes on sealing this win for New Trier, but Loyola's going to stay alive. Stewart below the goal, trying to force something towards net, eventually taken away by Smith. Gets it up, good touch pass onto the stick of Morgan. Morgan trying to skate past Jung. Leaves it behind. Sharfstein trying to create an angle to support. Comes up to McAdams. Quinn steps up to keep it in, at least for the moment. Stewart now able to clear. 1:10 left on the power play for Loyola. Kerrigan fresh off the bench. Here's a shot off the stick of Smith. Gets deflected up into the netting. So 2:11 left in the third period. 56 on the power play. This is the exact situation you talked about a minute ago, Mike, and I can see you. I can see kind of weighing. Is this the moment?
I think I'd pull him. I think I'd pull her. Yeah, it's such a massive opportunity to have the 6-on-4 for the 56 seconds. It's close. It's close, but I like the move to pull her and get your 6 out there and try and win it right here.
An aggressive move.
I guess, sorry.
An aggressive move, certainly by
aggressive.
the Loyola bench.
It's definitely aggressive, but again, you're trying to win a hockey game.
A rivalry game in the high school rivalry
100%.
series. Absolutely.
I like it. I think it's a good call.
So face off. Uchizi able to take it. Just whips it around the boards, but a little too high as it goes up into the netting.
And a good break for Loyola. I think that puck would have gotten out. And, I was just going to say that these face-offs are so important when you have an empty net. Winning them versus losing them can literally win or lose you a game sometimes. So, if you're Loyola, you want all 6 players on their toes ready to jump in and help try and win possession of this puck here.
Smith wins the draw, gets it back to the point, and Goetz. Goetz across to Quinn. Gets it below the goal. Kerrigan not able to control it below the goal, trying to clear it. Goetz stops it at the far point. Morgan not able to keep it. And since New Trier's on the penalty kill right now, they're able to ice the puck at will without penalty. 1:40 to go in the game. 24 to go on the advantage for the Ramblers. Here's Sadie Klein. She'll shuttle the puck in deep, get it below the goal. Whipping off the boards, but fouling it, keeping it in is Donato's shot. Just misses the near post. Donato was fresh off the bench, able to keep it going. 5 seconds to go on the advantage for the Ramblers. Sadie Klein going to try to get one more attempt towards goal. So the Trevians back to full strength, so now it's 6-on-5. Chance right out in front, turning, shooting is Morgan, keeping it out is Hannafan, keeping the 2-1 advantage for New Trier. A little hit after the play. It's going to be a penalty against Kelly Morgan after the play. Pretty inexplicable.
She knew it right away.
She skated right for the box, knew exactly what she did. And so the task becomes that much harder for the Ramblers. I believe Steinhaus is going to have to head back to her net because that draw is going to come all the way back into Loyola zone. 1:08 to go, and we're going to spend the rest of this game on the penalty kill.
Yeah, and now obviously it makes it much more difficult. But if you're Loyola, you need to win this puck back and get this puck out of the zone as soon as possible. Get it over the red, get it in deep, get the goalie out, and try and find a way to get a chance 5-on-5. But obviously it makes it much more difficult.
Big face-off draw coming and a huge win for the Trevians. This is going to waste at least 15 or 20 seconds. That's if Loyola can get possession quickly. New Trier more than content.
If you're Loyola, I would send all three to win that. Send everybody in to try and win this battle and get the puck.
Quinn trying to pin McAdams against the boards, but doing a great job of keeping it below the goals. O'Leary centering pass, alert stick there from Steinhaus. Also, that might have been a prime chance. Stewart carries, shoots, off the post, follow-up shot, also staved by Steinhaus. Now in transition, 30 seconds to go.
Get the goalie. Oh.
Klein loses her edge, puck waiting below the goal. 20 seconds to go, there goes Steinhaus. Extra skater on the ice for the Rambler. Goetz gets it across to Donato. Donato's shot, turned aside by Hannafan. 12 seconds to go. Klein, even with the goal line, centering chance, a shot, follow-up shot from Smith. She whiffed on the chance in the slot, cleared by the Trevians, 3 seconds to go. Goetz winds up, gets it deep, but the Trevians are going to hold on and take this rivalry matchup 2-1. Loyola had their chances in the waning moments to try to tie this game, but ultimately it was a great goaltending effort from Taylor Hannafan, the junior, to win it for New Trier. 2-1 our final score.
Yeah, and Loyola was able to generate a few really good chances at the end of that game. But again, Taylor Hannafan had a great game, and she kept New Trier in it when it was tight. And obviously they were able to capitalize on a few of their chances and come away with the win here. But really good game. I mean, it was tight all over the ice. A lot of good chances from both teams, and obviously good for New Trier coming out with a win here.
So Jenna Rose is down on the ice, going to try to corral a player or two. Get some thoughts here post-game on big rivalry win for New Trier, as they get a little bit of vengeance for the boys team that couldn't get the job done last night. They come in here tonight, even the rivalry matchup, and you can see even after the game how good of friends so many of these girls are, because again, like we talked about, they play with each other, but New Trier gets the bragging rights here tonight. Looks like Jenna Rose has got Kyla O'Leary ready to go. Jenna.
All right, well, Kyla, nice to see you again. Warmed up during Shoot the Puck at the United Center, right? Able to get it done here to get the game winner. What was your reaction when you saw it go into the net?
I was like down there in the second one. I don't know. Wow. Right to Addie. I was just so excited, so.
Well, I love seeing the chemistry between you and your teammates. You guys are always smiling and you're always communicating. How important is it to have that communication when you're going into a rivalry like this?
Most important, roster against their teammates on their club teams and stuff. So I think it's fun just to have that interchanging and stuff like that. So.
And you guys are able to get it done here tonight. Boys weren't able to do so. Is that going to lead to any taunts back at school?
No, but our motivation was let's be better than the boys today. So.
All right, well, Kyla, thank you so much for your time. Great work tonight. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
I love that from Kyla O'Leary. Classy in victory. No, we're not going to taunt them, but we knew what we had to do. We knew we had to get some vengeance for the boys not getting it done last night. Love that from Kyla O'Leary.
Yeah, and obviously we talked about, like, there's a lot of school pride, a lot of pride for both these teams having the opportunity to represent their schools. And, you know, it's such a great event put on by the Blackhawks here, and it's awesome that we were able to get the girls in as well. We have another girls game coming up, so, you know, girls. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
So, yeah, Jenna Rose has Lenny Munson, game-winning coach for New Trier.
Oh, it looks like Coach might be taken on as a photographer. If you don't mind, ladies, we'll be right back. But such a group that you have here, seeing those smiles and celebration after the game, what feelings were you overwhelmed with?
No, it's just exciting for the girls because, you know, we had probably the best team in the state the last 4 years. We lost the last 3 state championships with the best record. So it's exciting for them.
You had a few critiques for the team heading into the third period. What changed?
They had to play defense for once. You know, they all like to score. Somebody's got to play D. So.
And to this program, to the girls, and to the coaching staff, what does it mean to be a part of the high school rivalry series here with the Chicago Blackhawks?
Oh, it's great. Blackhawks sponsoring this, and then they're doing it again over Christmas time. It's fantastic. And, it's great for girls hockey. Absolutely.
Well, we're honored to be in the building as this happened. Thank you so much, Coach. I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you, Jenna, and thank you for your work all night, both down on the bench and the stands, doing fantastic work. That will do it for us here from Heartland Ice Arena. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Want to thank our great crew, as we always do. Patrick Loftus getting it done. His Loyola Ramblers couldn't get it done tonight, but he got it done last night. So 1 for 2 on the weekend was Patrick Loftus. Of course, Jimmy the Wiz Olsen always getting it done here with all the graphics, replays, all the technical setup. Big thank you to him. Big thank you to the Chicago Blackhawks, Joe Caprio, Caleb Wiesner, Paul DeGojian, all their support and help, and the rest of the Blackhawks staff for putting on this great event. Jenna Rose down on ice level, Mike Doherty to my right. I'm Max Anderson. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. Come back in the new year for Game 6 of the High School Rivalry Series. We'll have Maine and Wabanzi coming up in just a couple of weeks. Once again, your final. New Trier takes the rivalry game 2-1. That will do it for us from here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you in the new year.